Hi guys, it's me, Lexi, aka Mother of Healing 1111. I hope you're all doing well. Today I want to do a video on triggers and trauma responses. If you have anxiety, PTSD, any mental illness like that, this video is for you, okay? So first, I just want to define trigger, trauma, and trauma response. A trigger is something that brings on or worsens symptoms of an unhealed trauma. Trauma is an emotional response to a serious event, a traumatic event, such as the R word, a natural disaster, a car accident or a bike accident, or for a soldier, that goes off to war and comes back and is trying to be normal. A trauma response is a longer-term reaction where a perceived danger feels like an actual danger. A perceived danger is something that feels real, but is not actually danger, like fireworks. Now, a real danger would be like an abusive partner. Now, an example of a trigger and like how it could seriously affect somebody is backpacks for a soldier. Say a soldier has serious traumatic experiences being off to war. They come home, and everywhere they see a backpack, it's a trigger for them, and they instantly feel anxious and overwhelmed and in real danger. And so they never leave their house. Now, if this person can admit to themselves, like, look, I have a problem. I probably shouldn't be holed up in my house 24/7. And I think what's triggering me is the backpacks. They can work on that. And next I'm going to talk about how to work on triggers and trauma responses. So here are some things you can do to work on triggers and trauma responses. First and foremost, you have to know what they are. You have to be aware that when I see these things, when I feel these things, when these things happen around me, they are triggering me to feel ways that I don't need to feel right now. You need to ask yourself, is what I'm feeling actually life-threatening? Become aware of the physical and emotional responses that you have. Does my stomach hurt when I see this? Do I feel like I'm going to pass out? Is it just an emotional thing? Do I feel sad? Do I feel overwhelmed? And then ask yourself if these things really are dangerous. If I'm a recovering addict and my trigger is spoons, is it really dangerous for me to see a spoon? I gotta tell myself, that's probably not rational for me to feel like I'm gonna vomit, and to be terrified, just because I saw a spoon. Okay, and so the last thing that I would suggest doing, and at first I want to say, I'm not suggesting to do this if your trauma is fresh. I'm not saying to ever force yourself to do this. But if and when you are ready to face your triggers, you can do so in a safe space with a safe person, and make sure that you're reminding yourself, I am safe. I am safe. Now, an example of this would be when we moved into our house a few years ago. I was terrified to go into the basement by myself. And you have to like walk down there before you can actually turn a light on to see anything. There's one at the steps, but it doesn't, doesn't work like that. So I would have for a while there, I had my husband like come and stay on the steps with me. And then it got to a point where I would just tell him before I went down there, like, hey, I'm going down here. Listen for me. If you hear me scream, like, you got to come running, And then eventually I got to a point where I didn't have to do that anymore, and now I'm comfortable. And I have serious PTSD. But doing stuff like this really helps. If you have trauma and you just A, can't face it, B, don't want to, or C, it's just really, really, really overwhelming for you, I highly suggest talking to a professional, a counselor, psychiatrist, or psychologist. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. I absolutely am so grateful of the community, the building here on TikTok and Facebook and everything. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. Bye.